Welcome back, guys. Day 2 of the evaluation process for the AutoTrader Car of the Year 2019. Now, we thought that we'd bring you a little bit of the thoughts and opinions from some of the jurors, the judges, if you want, of the various vehicles. So one of the cars that gets a lot of attention is the Honda Civic Type R. And personally, I think it's a beautifully engineered machine. It's maybe not to everybody's taste in terms of the way that it looks, but I think it's a real driver's car. We've got Efman Sippel and Stuart Johnson over here, and I think we're going to chat a little bit. Gents, you guys have just come back from a nice drive here, and judging from the smell of things, that was an enthusiastic drive.
Yeah, always.
Always enthusiastic.
Especially in a Type R.
In a Type R. Your thoughts on the vehicle?
No, it's fantastic. You know, it's so well designed, it's so well built, it's so well machined. Steering is direct and the weighting is so perfect. The engine is absolutely, it's unbreakable. Acceleration, grip, traction, road holding, handling, quick. You know, I mean, the turning is absolutely immediate. It's like telepathy.
So it sounds as if it's really focused.
The soundtrack is focused, but you know, the funny thing is you can use it every day as well. It's firm, but you can use it every day.
Okay, so
easily, and it's got 4 doors.
So real discernible difference between the settings in terms of like comfort and a sport mode, in terms of chassis stiffness and response?
Well, Stevie, what do you think?
I didn't notice them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No, I just, well, okay, there is a better on the comfort thing, but I think because our focus on this car has been the performance.
Look, if you put it in R, you definitely feel it.
Yes.
Is that your question?
Yes, yeah. There's a big difference between the drive settings.
You definitely feel it, but that's the beauty about the whole car, is that you have that choice. And you don't, the amazing thing is that you don't even need the R setting.
Which the older one lacked, actually.
Really?
That was a problem, yeah.
But you don't even need the R setting. You know, to go quickly and make the car handle fantastically well.
That's just ingrained in it.
It's ingrained in it. It's built into. It's designed into it. It's in the genes. You know, I mean, it's in the DNA of the car.
Now, what vehicles, for our viewers, what vehicles would this be going up against in terms of a peer group?
Well, it's a Golf R and so forth, but this one is the best.
Really, you've got this one hands down.
Megane RS, Focus RS, and so forth. But this one is definitely the best.
This thing, from the moment that you start up the engine, there's this aura of solidity about the car, which is a Honda trademark generally.
Yeah.
But this thing's got that added excitement factor that very few Hondas have achieved in the car world, at least.
Yes.
You know, apart from the S2000.
Okay. Which you know is no longer available.
Which is no longer available, but it is, you know, quite justifiably an iconic classic.
Absolutely,
you know?
yes.
It's available in my garage.
He happens to be a fan.
Oh,
I've got one.
You're an owner. Okay, so an S2000 owner. So coming from that, do you feel? Sorry to interject these two, but do you feel that this is carrying the Honda, the R badge? It's carrying it, and it's true to the ethos.
The one thing I don't think we've mentioned now is the gear change, the gearbox.
Yes.
I mean, it's just Honda is just the best, the best supply of manual gearboxes in the world, in the car world. Nobody else does a manual gearbox like Honda.
Quite like Honda does.
But in terms of, it's a front-wheel drive car. And I mean, this thing, it almost makes you think, well, there's no reason for all-wheel drive on a performance car like this.
Is it that sorted?
It is that well sorted, yeah.
I had the car, sorry, Steve, my interjection. And I had the car on the wet yesterday at Kailami. And the traction, putting down the traction on a wet road through the front wheels, it's just like, you know, where's the rain? Is it wet?
It's
really?
kind of otherworldly.
It's just there. Yeah. It just grips. It just goes.
Would you say it's one of the biggest surprises of the current finalist range?
No, because we've driven it before and we knew how good it was. I mean, to give you an indication, this car's predecessor, which wasn't on the market for a very long time, and it was a little bit stiffer than this car.
Okay.
I pulled on the open road, well, through a sweep.
Yes.
1.4 Gs. 1.4 Gs.
1.4 Gs in a road vehicle.
In a road going car.
On street tyres.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
On standard fit tyres.
On standard fit tyres. All right, well, let's move away from the Type R now, and let's just talk about, you know, the judging as a whole. Which vehicle has sort of stood out as being, well, properly head and shoulders above its peers? I'm not asking for a winner here, but which one has pleasantly surprised you so far over the evaluation?
Well,
none of them. No, in a sense, a lot of cars have got a lot of strengths, but I haven't made a decision now because there's such a diverse range of cars.
Yes.
It's quite difficult in saying that is the car of the year at this stage of the thing. You've actually got to run through the score sheets. Also, we do have a bit of a concern in that we feel that some of the off-road cars are not sort of allocated the right scoring categories for what they're really good at. Like the Jimny, like the Pajero particularly. Those are your two hardcore cars. Hold on a second.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then they're not giving a fair shake in where they're really good at in the judging and also in the thing. But we kind of accept that we feel they should have had a more of a dedicated category to where they're really good at. You know what I'm saying?
Because they have bumped up the testing and they've improved the testing process by including considerably more off-road obstacles and challenges for the vehicles that are.
Although it was very rudimentary, you know what I mean?
Very basic.
So you know, at this stage, and also because of the diversity of cars, there are some cars I think it would be easier to say at this stage, okay, those ones are going to drop out of the competition in terms of your overall winner.
Okay,
but
something that actually
in terms
rises.
of value for money and price, but the most important here is price as well, because how attainable is the ultimate car of the year going to be?
Absolutely.
How attainable that is to the average person.
And I mean, we've seen that over the past few years. We've seen vehicles that have knocked well over the R1 million mark, and then we've seen a couple that have come in under it. So there has been relatively a fair amount of diversity.
Not in the last 6 years. We've only had one cheap car, and that was the Opel.
With the Opel, yes,
Astra,
And we've had 4 out of 6 Porsches, and then we've had a Volvo XC90, which is also what 900,000 at that time.
Rather pricey at the time, yes.
But your question was about the cars that is head and shoulders above others in their segment.
In their segment, yes,
Jimny.
The Jimny.
I mean, what
it actually doesn't really compete up against anything.
Exactly.
That is the
you
question.
can't put it up against the likes of a Panda 4x4 because that's running an all-wheel drive system and not a true 4x4 with a low range system.
True, genuine
4x4. And it takes it to the big guys. So the guys like the Pajeros and that, it mixes it right up there with those.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I mean, it's it's much smaller than a Pajero.
Of course,
you can put your whole family into a Pajero.
Yes.
So in other words, a Pajero as well, I would say, being a dedicated off-road vehicle here, in amongst the SUVs, the soft roaders, you see it straight away when you take it on this bad dirt road. You see it's like chalk and cheese compared to the soft roaders, some of which are very good. But the Jimny as well is, even there, I would say, obviously it's a short wheelbase car, so you must have a bit of constraint in terms of bombing along flat out down a dirt road, because it's going to swap ends rather easier than a big SUV. You've got to take all these factors into account. What I think is interesting here, though, is the diversity, in terms of saying it's not like of so many different types of vehicles and price ranges. So we've got to analyze which one is the one that does excellence to the most degree in its category.
Yeah, that's. I mean, the Jimny and this car as well, the Type R. I mean, it is just in a different league to a Golf R and a Megane RS and the Focus RS and so forth.
And that makes it a little easier to score it, because I've been hearing that it's actually been rather tough to score these, because all the finalists here I'm hearing are rather worthy finalists. These are fantastic vehicles. There's no vehicle here that's really coming across and letting anybody down per se. They're all worthy finalists.
Yeah, some of them let the side down in terms of maybe one aspect of the car.
One aspect,
You'd say, well, maybe the engine could have a bit more punch for this kind of car.
Yes.
You know, obviously that doesn't apply to the Cayenne, because it's got a fantastic engine now.
Yes.
Last year I think it had a good engine. This is the new 2.9 bi-turbo, and it's really is a sweet engine in its category.
In its category as well.
No, it's a lovely vehicle. But the Micro is an example. You know, it could do with a bit more power.
A little more power.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's good for European roads and
in a city. South Africa does have a slightly different sort of set of demands when it comes to a consumer vehicle, with our consumers driving as much and as far as what they do, and the greater distances between all the centres and urban areas. There's a slight there's a little bit of a shortfall that comes in there. Gents, I want to say thank you very much for the chat.
Pleasure.
But we're going to chat to a few more. We're going to let these guys get on with it. What's next on the cards? What's
Now
the
we start the laborious process of scoring.
Oh, okay, so you're done with the driving, so now it's all the
not
paperwork.
completely, but almost there.
Almost. All right. Well, gents, we're going to leave you to it. We're going to leave them to it, and let's see if we can pin down somebody else and get their opinion on it. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Enjoy it.
Cheers.
Oh, it is still such a good-looking vehicle. It's good, but questionable. Let's see who else we got out here.
It's not good, it's brilliant.
Okay, there we go. Brilliant, brilliant. Determined to let us know that it is absolutely fantastic and brilliant. Let's see. So we've got some of the guys. Jason's coming in there in the Pajero. We'll take a look. We've got tinted windows, so I can't make out who's driving the Swift. We have Philip is on hand, of course, our resident medic. Let's see if we can grab a quick sound bite here. Mr. Justice for
Hello, Chad.
good after. No, it's still good morning. Justice, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you, Chad?
I'm doing very good. I'm doing very good. You're going to head out in the Duster now. You've clearly driven it a bit and put it through its paces and that. Just briefly before you head out, don't want to keep you too long. Judging process, has it been tough this year?
It's always tough because really excellent cars make it through as finalists. So, but operationally, it's well organized. Our chairman is very. He's got lots of experience having done this for many years.
Yes.
And so it's quite quick and easy, especially yesterday at Kailami. So yeah, it's just a question of keeping in mind that the cars don't compete directly against each other,
yes,
but
yeah.
against their segment competitors. So that's probably the toughest thing to do, I think.
Yeah. Okay. And thoughts on the Duster so far? How do you feel it's performing?
I think it performs well. The auto box and the engine work well together. The engine is smooth, it's quiet, and the fuel economy is excellent. So I think it would be a worthy winner.
Okay. So it's right up there with a nice fight. It's got a nice fighting chance.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, that's brilliant. How much of an improvement do you feel it is over the outgoing model, the previous generation?
It definitely feels more refined, but I've only driven it on at Kailami where the roads are quite smooth.
Smooth, yes.
So I'm curious to see now what the ride quality will be, what it will be like on gravel. The previous model was good at that.
Yes.
So I think that will be an important test for it.
Fantastic. All right, well, let's leave you to it. Thank you very much for taking the time to chat to us, and best of luck with all the scoring.
Thank you very
All
much,
right,
Chad.
there we go. It is AutoTrader South African Car of the Year 2019, Justice Visagie, and the Renault Duster. So let's swing around. Guys, we're going to leave the judges to do the laborious task of tabulating all the scores, adding up, weighing in. There's a fair amount of paperwork that goes on behind the scenes. It's not all just driving cars. There is a little bit of, admin and that required. There's another man that I want to chat to. So I'm going to see if I can corner him quickly and find out how his day is going. Let's see. I'm gonna bother this gent here. Editor of Driven Wheels. Hello, right. So how you doing?
Very well, how are you, Chad?
I'm doing good.
Good.
How's the judging process been going for you so far?
No, it's very, very smooth, sort of seamless exercise.
Yeah.
I think we're getting through the cars quite quickly. Yeah.
Yesterday ran nice and smooth, and we were almost done by lunchtime.
Exactly, but obviously the rain and all that stuff came in. But altogether, I think it was a very good day. Everything went very well, extremely well, actually.
Yeah.
Like an oil machine, as they say.
That's fantastic.
Oil machine.
Well, it's not our first rodeo. It's not the first time
Yeah,
we're doing
exactly,
it, so
exactly.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not putting you on the spot here. I'm not asking for predictions or anything of the sorts. What has sort of pleasantly surprised you now in terms of the evaluation over the last 2 days? Because you've driven all the vehicles, you have already driven all the vehicles, and this is now just a refresher in sort of a controlled environment, all of them level area and that type of thing. What sort of came back and just said, wow, this is a good car, hey?
For me, I think the Volvo,
Really,
the
XC40. Yeah.
I came in, I thought, it's okay, but actually, the more I drive it, the more I actually kind of realize it's a very decent package, very nice car. I was blown away by the Pajero off-road. forgot just how capable it is actually.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what we threw at it. It just kind of went through all the obstacles.
Just ate it up.
Ate it up, all of it. And yeah, very, very good cars. It's a nice spread. A Porsche, obviously, I know it's a bit of a controversial issue.
Always is.
Can't take anything away from it. It does everything so well.
Yeah.
Kind of understand why.
Stuart was saying that this new 2.9 litre motor
no,
is
it's
just miles
really,
ahead of the old
really,
engine.
No, totally. It's probably the one to go for.
Okay.
Forget the V8, unless you have money to burn.
Yeah.
But
but rather unnecessary.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
this thing performs very, very well, and it's surprisingly economical as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
Which one would you say is presenting the best value for money proposition at this point in time?
Yeah, I'd have to give it to the Swift, eh?
Is it
Suzuki
Swift, eh?
I think it's in terms of just for a car in that sort of segment.
Yeah.
It's a budget car, but it doesn't feel like they've skimped. It feels well engineered.
Okay. And that comes in well under the 200,000
well
rand
under the
mark.
200,000 rand mark, so it's really, really good value for money.
Okay. So that's nice check mark in that column for the Suzuki Swift.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And these are all things that are considered for those of you out there. The judges are taking into consideration value for money, price, running costs, and that type of thing. Ownership is that. Does that have a bit of weight in the judging process?
It is integral to our choices and how we score the cars. But I wouldn't say it's an easy thing.
Yeah.
It's not really easy to predict what running costs are. Yes, you can maybe have
Estimate,
speculation and
yes, yeah.
estimate, but really, ultimately, it's for the price.
Yes.
How does the car make you feel? And I think people buy on that premise. How that car makes you feel.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Exciting. Loretta, thanks very much for chatting. We're going to
Only a
leave you
pleasure.
to the
Thanks,
the
Chad.
tough job of
Thank you.
tabulating all those scores.
All
and
right,
that.
cheers, thanks.
Yep, folks. So speaking to Loretta, they're speaking to Justice, speaking to Stuart Johnson, Egmont Sibbel, just some of the jurors. So we've got a whole panel of jurors from all walks of life, from various different publications, from AutoTrader, from the big print media, from television, and they're all out here, and they've been doing this for quite a while. So these jurors need to go through 3 years of training before they can become an official juror as well. So these aren't just guys that are plucked off the street, these are guys that know what they're talking about. So I want to thank you very much for joining us for this live video. We're going to end things there, and we hope that you guys have a fantastic day, and stay tuned to AutoTrader, of course, for the big announcement, which is going to be happening in April, as well as all the build-up to that event. As things go, we're going to be giving you small little pieces and snippets and a little more insight into the individual finalists. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.